What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about Coti. Coti is one of those cryptocurrencies that should do very, very well. They're set up for businesses, they're set up for enterprises, and they also have their own stablecoin that they launched on the Cardano ecosystem. These things together should be really positive. I'll highlight one potential downside from my perspective in terms of businesses with regards to crypto. We also need to take a look at what's happening in the news because, my God, we have seen quite a flurry in the crypto markets off the back of everything that's happened with the banks. So we'll take a look at that too in this video. But before I get into it, guys, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these coins when I release videos about them? And were you still holding them? Firstly, why? We had a bull cycle. You sell in a bull cycle when the markets are rocketing up. But if you were holding them and you would sell them today, you'd be able to bank around 12 grand in profit. And that's doing everything wrong as an investor. Remember, the basic principles of investing is buy low, sell high. Now, I sold these in 2021 when the markets were red hot. Followers did, my friends did. And had you sold these in 2021, $100 into each, a $2,600 investment could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Huge difference between doing the right and wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold all these. They're not what I own. But if you want to see the coins I'm invested in right now, the coins for the long term, the ones I think are going to have the massive gains, head over to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share every coin that I own. I give the members a breakdown of what gains I think it can have, what percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want to copy along, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the big winners without having to do 1,000 hours of research or 2,000 hours of research, then go read the site. And remember that everything you read, you can verify on this channel's history. If you're interested in the markets, we also release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets, what they're going to do in the short term. If you're a crypto beginner, we have a ton of tutorials that are set up. These are exactly what you need to get you started from A to Z. And fundamentally, guys, look, the spreadsheet is here, the history is here, everything is public on the channel. You can see what I've said. And when I find the winners that I believe long term are going to be the big winners, I'm just going to get in on those coins and I'll tell the members on Copy My Crypto. So if you want to get those 50x's, 60x's, or even 600x's, go read the site now. Now, Coti, currently priced at 7.5 cents or thereabouts, is, a pretty good coin in that it is enterprise built, enterprise grade fintech platform. And they've built their own payment solutions, which are ideal for enterprises. They're one of the world's first blockchain protocols that's optimized for decentralized payments and designed for use by merchants and governments and payment dApps and stablecoin issuers. They are well positioned in this regard, and they are now regulation ready. They state that this is a base requirement for enterprises when entering Web3. Coti has performed KYC and AML checks to all holders of Coti's native coin in the Coti Viper wallet since its inception and works in a prudent manner, making it ready for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, Coti is an all-in-one company. Their protocol and commercial development are both in-house. Coti offers a turnkey solution for enterprises, which can be white labeled with products such as custom brand tokens, wallets, website integration, fiat and on and off ramps, processing gateways, debit cards, and bank accounts. Now, the reality is that we are moving to Web3. No doubt about it, businesses are going to move to Web3. And what I like about Coti is that its fiat on and off ramps allow for businesses to really implement all of this very well without necessarily a requirement to utilize a crypto. And crypto is fundamentally the problem there. If you are a business and you've got employees and you've got rent to pay, and you've got all the overheads that come with running a business, what you can't be holding is a fluctuating asset. You cannot be holding 10 grand in B&B. What if B&B dumps? Then your 10 grand is now worth 7 grand. That's a big problem with crypto. And if people do need to be aware of this, like fundamentally, businesses are not going to want to accept crypto in general. Bitcoin and Ethereum probably the exceptions to the rule, but beyond that, stablecoins. They might accept stablecoins, but even then we're seeing the stablecoin wars that are happening at the moment and the FUD around stablecoins. Even businesses are probably going to be going, that's a bit risky right now. Now, CBDCs will come, that's inevitable. And a government-regulated digital currency tailored to each central bank's needs using Coti's tech could be done. Coti could be very well positioned in the CBDC world. Fundamentally, I do think it's probably bottom of the sort of list of good options in terms of you've got XRP, you've got Stellar, you've got Hedera, you've got IOTA, you've got Algorand. And there's a couple more. So I think fundamentally, if a central bank was to utilize tech, whether that's a DAG system or a blockchain, for the infrastructure of a CBDC, I think there's probably other projects that they'll go to before Coti, but it's good to know that they're up and running in that regard. They also have their DJED stablecoin that is now on Cardano, and that can be utilized within the Cardano ecosystem. That's a good step in the right direction for Coti. Their Coti Pay business is what I do think could do quite well. Now, this is where merchants can send and receive and process transactions in real time through Coti's solutions. Now, this should all be at limited cost as well, which is a really good sign, and it would be because the more people that use a multi-DAG system, the cheaper it will inevitably be. But again, the key thing would be that there is very, very simple, very, very easy to use on and off ramps fiat. There would also be, it's also very important that if payments are required to be accepted in some form of cryptocurrency, there is a very, very simple trading facility that can be used so that merchants or enterprises aren't going to be stuck in necessarily a position in a particular crypto. Right? They don't, no business is going to want to go, cool, we made $1,000 today in Cardano. Now I have to go onto an exchange to trade my Cardano for cash and then withdraw the cash to the bank. So there needs to be a really clear, really easy trading facility combined with those fiat on and off ramps. And if that does happen, Coti will do well. The biggest thing that they've got to do is actually onboard businesses, and they've got to start sharing that data. They've not really shared a ton in that regard. Obviously, there's been huge developments. The DJED coin obviously coming out. And, they talk about, and they have spoken a lot about the developments of the actual tech that they use, but they haven't really shared anything to do with landing businesses. And that's actually where the money is for these guys. So I would want to see a ton of updates from Coti about the businesses that they've onboarded. That's actually a really important thing. If Coti can go, we have onboarded this company, this company, this company, this company. These all now use our payment solutions. What it shows is a clamoring for what they're doing, and then on top of that, that's a good marketing tool for getting more businesses on board. And that's the key thing, really, because Coti is all about enterprise. So you've got to start. So when the teams start sharing every business that they onboard, that's going to do a lot for momentum for Coti. Because I do think Coti can easily hit $1 from where it is, but it has to they have to start onboarding people. And at the moment, look, they're getting less views on their site than they were previously. Now, granted, in January, at the end of January, midway through January, their stablecoin launched, so they will have had a decent momentum in terms of website visits from that. But they're a lot lower over the last month than they were previously. So that does need to pick up. The biggest thing is onboarding businesses for me. And if they onboard a ton and they can onboard some big players, of course this can hit $1. It wouldn't be an astronomical market cap either, a couple billion. It's not huge, is it? Yeah, very doable. I like the project. I do like the project. What do you guys think of Coti? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. You don't want to miss them. And karma is a real thing. So if you do something nice like hit the subscribe button, you'll be rewarded. And guys, before I get into what's happened over the past day with the banks, if you want to see the coins I hold, head over to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. These are the investments I've made for the long term in the crypto space. The ones I think are going to be the big winners in the next bull cycle. If you want to find the next big winners without doing thousands of hours of research, then this is a site you want to see. Everything on here is public record. You can go through the old videos and check. Everything on the site is public record. You can go through and verify everything on there. If after reading it all, you're not interested, there's no obligation to buy. Keep watching the channel though. But if you are new to crypto, we have tons of tutorials that give you step-by-step instructions A to Z. And if you are someone that loves the markets and likes to hear about the markets on a daily basis, we release videos every day talking about what is to come. We've predicted Bitcoin's exact move countless amounts of times. And if you're a trader, obviously that's a big benefit. But go and read the site, don't ignore it. And if it is for you, I look forward to seeing you there, guys. And last thing, shorts got decimated. Decimated because crypto just went wild. Bitcoin pumped about 10% today. Or over the last sort of 24 hours. It's been, well, over the last 48 hours, I think it's pumped 15, 16%. Now, there's been tons of information come out in terms of the weekly outflows. The weekly outflows have been massive. $243 million in outflows for Bitcoin. That means Bitcoin leaving exchanges. That's people holding on for the long term. We saw a good amount of outflows in Ethereum, not tons, mind you, but tons of money in outflows for Bitcoin. And this is after we saw Biden come out and talk about, money being safe in banks, the Treasury bailing out the banks. Seemed to be just the exact thing the market needed to have a real bounce. Bitcoin took, Bitcoin, like I say, rallied really, really well. US government's decision to backstop all the deposits at Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank has led to a turnaround in sentiment, with many now anticipating a move higher in prices. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index has now become quite neutral from quite severe, not extreme fear, but definite fear yesterday. And short sellers got absolutely destroyed. $311 million worth of liquidations over the past 24 hours. And you can see, to be fair, with the timing of the announcement of the Treasury bailing and protecting customers' deposits, pretty much bang on coincided with the beginning of the rally of Bitcoin Sunday night. Liquidation is probably going to continue over the course of the day, but fundamentally the biggest thing is obviously CPI data comes out around midday on Tuesday, so that's going to be a big day, because if CPI data is bad, worse than expected, obviously that will indicate higher interest rate hikes. And off the back of the last sort of 24 hours, expect some volatility tomorrow. It could be quite crazy. And that is it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.